I'm Orlando Jones, and you're watching Drum TV. That's a great question. Oliver is difficult because he talks in a very funny way. And it doesn't sound contemporary. It doesn't sound the way South Africans sound today. And he wasn't a natural statesman. You know, he was very much hippie to allow Nelson and Walter to be on stage because of their charisma and their charm and their command of the stage, you know, as statesmen. And he got forced into something. You know, he went into exile. He never wanted to be president, and he handed it off to Nelson before he died. You know, horrified that he had to be a part of the great loss that his friend had experienced fighting for human rights. So preparing for that has been a difficult challenge in the short period of time that we've had, but I focused on, I think, some of the things that are important for me in his life, and I think for any human being, and that is his faith was a huge part of him. One of my favorite quotes of his is he says, "I am not a Christian. If Christianity means that I have to tolerate repression and repression, that makes me a Christian. I am not a Christian at all." I mean, that type of thinking about Christianity's job or religion's job in stamping out evil and tyranny were, for me, really powerful thoughts. But I had a visual reference of him, fortunately, because of old tape. And I got to really see him evolve over 30 years from the kid that he was when he got in it to, so, and that's been fun to portray because it's not like you're doing, you know, a part of the character's life. You know, I'm starting him from such a young age and taking him to such an old man that his voice changed in certain ways. He lost his, you know, Kosa's click. He lost it.
Kosa.
Yeah, Kosa.
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 Yes.
Thank you. It's fun.
I speak that language.
Yes, I can tell. I love it. I love it. I love, you know, and it's interesting because the script is written in a very American voice, so I'm sort of having to translate it at the same time. But, you know, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work. And I think to do any less, you know, I would be embarrassed for myself. You know what I mean? I had to give this my soul. Faith can often be challenged and questioned, you know. And, you know, I'm human, so like anybody else, I feel like my faith is often challenged. And I challenge it. It's quite, you know, I fight and battle. And I think that Oliver Tambo's conviction was very inspirational to me. I very much identify with his beliefs in humanity and the role of faith in Christianity or whatever your faith is. And the feeling of being treated subhuman is interesting because people say, you know, he always, my favorite speech of his is, let me see if I can recall all of this right now. What we are asking the world to do is not to solve our problems for us, but to assist us in solving those problems. And we have tried to ask that assistance should be given in such a way that we can resolve our problems peacefully. That has not been forthcoming. But we are continuing to try to solve our problems with the methods that are available to us. The South African movement is so closely related to my own history as an African American and my own history as an artist, because I was, you know, boycotting apartheid when I was in college. I got them to remove all of the Coca-Cola machines from my university because Coca-Cola supported apartheid, and I argued that they violated my freedom of choice and forced me to support a regime that I despised by not giving me the freedom of choice not to buy their products. And so, as a student of the history of our people, and as an African American, I think it's important for me to also honor the African side of that. And in this case, the African side that I connected most with was apartheid. And in that sense, I would say this is the highlight of my career.